14 in that game Saturday afternoon. They were able to get the win, and a much-needed win after losing by 38. Off the tip, it's Mike Rice, Jr. from Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, to start off for the Diplomats in all blue. That's J.C. McGrath, the senior center. Is it off Ignis Slika from Mississauga, Ontario. With Justin Cooper, who hit that buzzer-beating three to beat Swarthmore on Saturday. Back to the junior guard Mike Rice to set up. Still on the shot clock, trying to go to the outside. On the left side against Joe Hartman, who's starting. Slika, and the take for Matt Redhead. His sophomore from Bedford, New York. Lost a good defense by Sibeli and Hartman. By Pietro Bergella, the freshman from Germantown Freds, making his second start of the season. Leads the conference in field goal percentage. Takes a lot of high percentage shots. Ross able to save that. Given for Joe Sibeli, the senior from Charlotte, who is 28 points away from 1,000 in his career. He might get it tonight if he goes off. He's been capable of doing that before. Sibeli on the low block, turning, spinning, scoring. Good little take by Joe Sibeli right underneath the basket, and Haverford starts off the game with a lead. And trailed by as many as 14 against Gettysburg on Saturday. They ended a 9-game losing streak against them. On the other end, McGrath couldn't get that shot to go. Rebound by Jesse Turkson, one of the best rebounders in the conference, averaging about 7 of them a game. Grayson Ross driving, taking, off the window, no good. Rebounded by McGrath, and a foul in the front court as Joe Hartman was trying to nick that off of Justin Koopa, and he couldn't do so. Now, for Franklin and Marshall, the notable figure on the sideline is, of course, Glenn Robinson, who is the winningest coach in D3 history, one of the winningest coaches in college basketball history, but he is still on leave with a respiratory illness. One of his assistants, Nick Deshay, is in his stead. We wish Glenn Robinson well, one of the great coaches in all of college basketball. As Koopa into the paint, fouled, shot was offline. See who the foul's on. And it's on Hartman, so he's just picked up 2 fouls in a matter of a couple of seconds. And that's not good for Patrick Doherty, who watched his team lose by 38 to Muhlenberg on Thursday. Comeback, was down by 14, but came back to gut one out and win. 72-70 over Gettysburg. Koopa's at 83% free throw shooter, so he's not going to miss many, and he doesn't miss that one. Averaging 14 points a game, 18 against Swarthmore, including that buzzer-beating 3, and he makes those free throws to tie the game up. 2-2 early on. Franklin and Marshall 5-2. They lost at Gettysburg, a team that Haverford beat. Not often you see that, but they have already won at Swarthmore this season, and going in there and beating a team that was once ranked 8th in all D3 is a difficult task. Khalil Garnes, another one on 1,000-point watch. The floater rims in. Khalil Garnes at 10 against Gettysburg in a couple straight scoreless games earlier this season, but the Fords lead 4-2. This is McGrath handing it off for Slika, who had an 8-steal game earlier this season. Redhead thought about the 3, but he traveled. Good defense again by the Fords. And it's not a good start for F&M. 2 turnovers already for the Diplomats. Last year, 22-7. Lost to Johns Hopkins in the Centennial Conference semifinal. Made it to the NCAA tournament anyway. 3 Centennial Conference teams, 3 of Haverford's rivals made it to the NCAA tournament. They made it to the Sweet 16 when they lost to Ramapo. Hartman in trouble, and Slika almost stole it. It's still loose on the floor. We got to get a tie-up, and we do. Haverford's got the arrow. Now Slika, as we said, averaging nearly 4 steals a game. That's number 1 in the conference. He had 8 steals against Dickinson earlier this season. That's the most steals for any player in the conference since 2008. They force a good number of turnovers. This team, they also turn the ball over a bit themselves. They are a team that lost some big scoring in Brandon Federici, who graduated. Garnes for 3, it's off the heel, and easy rebound for Slika. 6 at Swarthmore, that was a season low for the junior from Mississauga. And off for Rice, around the screen set by McGrath. Koopa behind the back, left wing for Rice, driving, ramming it up and scoring. And Rice matched the scoring output against Swarthmore. It's a 4-4 game. 17-12 to go in the opening quarter. 4-4, Haverford and Franklin and Marshall. Fords 3-4, looking for their second conference win of the year. Their first over F&M in almost 6 years. And Turkson throws it away. He wants a tip, but he got the tip. Roth will come back in for Joe Hartman. So Hartman will have to sit with those 2 fouls, at least for the time being. Hartman's made a few starts recently. That was his 5th start of the season tonight in the 8 games for the Fords. 2-2 in this gym this season. Their first win over Gettysburg since 2014. Roth in trouble. Lets it up for Bergella. That's going to be a blocking foul on Koopa with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. I thought that they might get Bergella for a charge, but Koopa didn't have his feet set. That's the first foul on the Diplomats. And we will see, for the first time in this game, Les Thomas played the last couple of games. 20 minutes a game, 6 points a game. He'll replace Koopa, sophomore from Oklahoma City. Distinctive by the hair. I mean, no trouble picking out him, number 11. And we're also going to see Kyle Goldfarb, the senior from New York City, coming in as well. 6 points off the bench. Roth out. And now, as the shot clock is reset to 20, Fords will inbound. 3:10 into the game. It's 4-4. Fords looking for their first win over F&M in almost 6 years. It's a 10-game losing streak. Garnes turning, double-teamed. Goldfarb lost it. Good defense by Thomas, taken away by McGrath. Here comes Mike Rice. Charging ahead, right wing, Slika cutting, driving to the basket. Can't get the tip, and then a follow-up goes for J.C. McGrath. That's a good way to clean up on the glass. McGrath averaging 11 points and 9 rebounds a game. Garnes almost turned it over. Turkson, right wing, going baseline, to the basket, lays it in. Jesse Turkson has a great move when he gets onto the low block and gets to the basket well. First 2 of the night for him. Rice, I don't know who he was throwing that to. McGrath was right there. He drives, scores anyway. 4 straight points for J.C. McGrath. And it's 8-6. Drove right by Bergella. Great on the offensive end. Had his trouble defensively. He's out now on the perimeter. Working against McGrath. That's a hand check foul on the senior guard forward. And that's the second foul on the Diplomats. And Jack Cork is going to check in, the junior from Pelham, New York. 6th appearance of the year for him. So this is seeming to be a pretty even game. There are not many games in recent years for the Fords against F&M that have been even. It's a good sign for the way that this program has started to develop after a couple of years in the wilderness. Goldfarb trying to get away from Thomas. Great defense by the sophomore. Really good defense, but Garnes on the handoff. 5 on the shot clock. Garnes in trouble. Garnes needs to do something. Fading away. That's way short. McGrath gets the rebound. Great defense there by F&M. Haverford sometimes gets to those possessions late in the shot clock, and they don't have good looks. Problem that Patrick Doherty wants his team to work on. McGrath trying to back in. And draws foul. Against Cork. Third on the Fords. First on Cork. McGrath will go to the line, having scored 4 straight for F&M. Nick Niche coaching in the stead of Glenn Robinson. Positive start. All these wins, by the way, will go to Robinson, who has 957 of them in his career. Of course, we hope that he is in good health, and we hope to see him back on the sideline soon. And McGrath now has still 4 straight points. He misses the free throw. McGrath is only shooting 50% from the line this year. F&M as a team is shooting 65% from the line. Only 1 and 2 away from home. They are 1 of 2 from the line now. It is 9-6. McGrath has scored the last 5 for the Diplomats. Full court pressure. Goldfarb trying to bring it up the floor. Almost lost the dribble. Swings it out for Khalil Garnes. Garnes trying to burst ahead. Going all the way. Kicks it out for Jesse Turkson. Goldfarb thought about a 3, but he took too many steps. Ball movement there was good, but the end product was lacking. The second turnover for Haverford, and a better few sequences for Franklin and Marshall. Rice brings it up. Hands it off for McGrath. Slika and McGrath are 2 of the big returners, and Slika tried his luck from 3. No good, and 2 Fords went for it, lost it underneath. The layup goes in for Franklin and Marshall. Jaga Panza, freshman from Maribor, Slovenia. They come from everywhere now. Panza being one of them. Goldfarb cutting into the paint. Jesse Turkson thought about a 3. He had it open. He'll drive to the basket instead and score. That's great work from Jesse Turkson. He has a great first step. And that is really important when you're trying to drive in. And he's done some good things, Jesse Turkson, once he gets on the low block and can drive the baseline. Hand off here. Slika. No, off the heel. Goldfarb went into traffic, got the rebound. Panza fouled him. Panza, by the way, this season has only played a freshman from Boston, Massachusetts. Redhead is in as well, so too is Les Thomas. So a few of the reserves for F&M getting some minutes here, trying to replace a lot. When you lose two of your starting guards and two of the best players in Townsend's history. Guards with a great take down the baseline. It's 11-10 to finish the thought. Once you lose all the scoring that they lost, their entire backcourt, including Brandon Federici, one of the Silver Anniversary teams, members of that, they had 5 players in the Silver Anniversary team, Franklin and Marshall, 25 years in the Centennial Conference. As Cooper will reset and call out the play. It's a lot of scoring to replace, but F&M seems like they're doing a decent job of it. Losses this year at Gettysburg and York in overtime. Koopa, left wing, 7 on the shot clock, hands it off. Purse trying to drive on, hands it off. Koopa, 2 on the shot clock. Oh, beats the shot clock, banks it in off the window. That was a prayer of a shot. Shouldn't have gone in, and it did. It's 13-10. Great defense by the Fords, but a good shot. I almost got called for 5 seconds, but Garnes brings it over the timeline. 13-10, about 7 minutes into this first half. F&M leading Haverford. Cork on the wing. Tosses it for Turkson. Cork trying to get that to go. That one wouldn't fall. Iron unkind. Rebound by Redhead, averaging 7 rebounds a game. Cooper brings it up. Redhead for Thomas, averaging 6 points a game. And the take, Redhead got by Turkson. That's what Franklin and Marshall needs. And Redhead with his first basket of the game. 15-10. Cork blocks. Follow-up goes. That time persistence paid off for Jack Cork. Averaging 4 points a game, 53% from the field. He scored 4 and 6 against F&M last season. Actually led the team in field goal percentage. Took a lot of high percentage shots. Thomas rolls around the screen. Off the heel, Jesse Turkson through the traffic, grabs the rebound. Fords down by 3. They've hung with a very good F&M team to start this game. Goldfarb, right side, guarded by Purse. Cork on the elbow extended. Garnes for 3. That's short. Chabelli mistimed his jump, allowed Purse to climb the ladder, gets the rebound. Last 4 games for Purse, but he's scoreless in the last 2. Koopa trying to bring up the Diplomats, up by 3, 8 minutes in. There's Goldfarb trying to swipe at it. Redhead needs options, top of the key. Right side, Koopa trying to work with Goldfarb, gets the screen from Redhead, rolls around it. The dribble was high. Redhead's open for 3, and it's no good, and Cork will let it run. Redhead shooting 39% from downtown. Not there. Jonathan Lang is in for the first time tonight, junior from Seattle, and Roth and Hartman are back in as well for Haverford. So too is Pietro Bergella, so changing the lineup. Still nothing from Joe Chabelli yet. 2 points for him, but otherwise since that opening possession, he's been quiet. 26 points away from the house. Great pass inside. Bergella missed an easy layup, and he got fouled trying to grab the ball. This is going to go against Purse. First on Purse, 4th on the team. And Slika will check back in as well. So Ontario, Slovenia, and Zimbabwe. One of the reserves for F&M. Martina Mukukula is from Harare, the capital of Zimbabwe. So multinational team. Lang just got that in before the 5-second call. Chabelli down on the baseline. Needs a little bit of room. Trying to back in on Slika. That's a great matchup. Fading away at scoring. That is Joe Chabelli's wheelhouse, and he hits another one in Haverford. Down by 1. Chabelli is 4. Chabelli came into this game 972 career points. If he doesn't get it tonight, he's probably going to get to 1,000 points on the road. Driving is Redhead. Multiple players with contact, and Redhead's going to go to the free throw line. Let's see who they call the foul on. And it's going to be on Jonathan Lang. Team's 4th, his first bat. Redhead to the line, shooting 74% line. He's got 7 straight games in double figures, but Swarthmore, he has scored 10. That's a season low. And Redhead misses the first. Redhead with 4. F&M 3 of 5 from the line. 9 minutes in, Haverford keeping it close in what's been a more of a defensive game. And he makes second, 16-14. A little bit more full court pressure. Oh, there was a slip by Hartman. And Koopa cannot take advantage of the gift. Redhead with a rebound, swatted away. Ross gets it. Haverford gets away with a bad turnover. Hartman slipped in the front court. and had trouble. And then Sabelli throws it away, and Redhead's got to run at the basket. And Ross knocks it away, but Thomas follows up and lays it in. Haverford got away with it the first time, but not the second time. And those are the first 2 points tonight for Les Thomas. 18-14. Patrick Doherty. More of a poker face. Roth, it looked like he traveled there. He didn't. Lang is open for 3, and that's good. Great shot from Jonathan Lang from the outside. Lang only averaging 4 points a game. That's only his second made 3 this season out of 20. And it's a 1-point game, 18-17. F&M struggled away from home this year, and a loss to Gettysburg. Not a great loss, and they're not the same F&M team we've seen in the past. That shot short. Fleeke knew it. He missed the 3. And Haverford gets the rebound and a chance to take the lead at the other end. 18-17. It's been a back-and-forth affair. Sabelli driving, looking at Fleeke to the basket. What a great take by Joe Sabelli. And Haverford's up by 1. Sabelli's got 6. I think Arena's got some noise in it tonight. Koopa going baseline. Timeout. F&M. Graduate of Rutgers is coaching in the stead of Glenn Robinson. Is on leave because of a respiratory illness, which of course we hope gets better soon. He is one of the great coaches in all of basketball at any level. Great little pass, McGrath lays it in. Great little design off the inbound, Fleeke to J.C. McGrath, who has now got 5, and it's 20-19. Here's a score change on one of those earlier baskets. Lang trying to drive in against Redhead, swings it back out for Ross, tough pass. Ross throws it away. Fleeke wasn't looking at it, but it's another turnover for the Fords. And that's 5 turnovers for Haverford in this game. Handoff goes to Thomas. Another handoff. McGrath for Fleeke. Fleeke looking for options. 18 on the shot clock. Koopa driving to the basket, through the traffic, plus the foul. Great drive by Justin Koopa. And it's 22-19. And the foul is on Hartman. Second on Hartman. Thought he had 2 fouls earlier. In fact, he did not. Bergell is out. Actually, no, the foul's on Bergell, I should say. And now he has 2 fouls. So Patrick Doherty is trying to coach him up. He's been a great addition to the Fords in that front court this season. Been a bit of a tougher night for him, though. And the free throw is good for Koopa, who is almost automatic at the free throw line. He now has 7. It's 23-19. No team's had a lead bigger than 5 in this game. It's a 4-point lead now, 23-19. F&M leads. Lang almost had it stolen away. Redhead saved it for him. Lang will keep the play going. Michael Wipers in. Junior from Greenville, South Carolina. Hartman. No on the 3. And Redhead went up the rebound, fouled by Roth. Roth has picked up his first team 6, and now maybe Patrick Doherty was watching Ron Roan earlier because he's picked up a 4-man change. Goldfarb, Garns, Turkson, Chevalier for Haverford. They've started to go a little bit dry from the field. 5-0 run for F&M. They lead by 4. This should be a close game from start to finish. Haverford in recent years has been on the wrong end of some F&M blowouts. In the take, it's McGrath spinning. Redhead for Mike Rice. Knocked away by Garns. It came right back to him. Koopa, Redhead at the free throw line. Cutting towards the restricted area. Rolls in for Matt Redhead. And Redhead has picked up another basket, 25-19. Turkson right side. Goldfarb. The head fake. Garns left corner. Tag. Oh, the tough take. That should be a held ball, except Cork wrestled it away and drew the foul. Now that was impressive from Jack Cork. I thought they were going to have multiple times where they could call that as a held ball. There's some anger. Someone threw something. And everyone wanted a held ball call. They don't get it. Koopa's first foul. Team's 5th. Redhead's out. Koopa's out. Thomas and Matt Grohl, sophomore forward center from Armonk, New York, are in. Off that inbound. Still 25-19. Garns trying to lower his shoulder. Garns looking for options. It's Jesse Turkson driving off of a Diplomat hand. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. 7:38 to go. in the first quarter, the first half, I should say. This quarter, this game, Haverford played really well. Off the inbound, Sideline boxed out, got the ball, left Cork all alone, blocked by Grohl. Great defense underneath by Grohl, who made the challenge. F&M has their biggest lead, trying to extend it. Rice swatted away by Sideline at the other end. Both these teams getting in on the block party. 23 seconds on the shot clock. It was probably not the best decision for Rice to try to drive in against Joe Civelli, who leads the conference in double-doubles. He's got 25 of them. Also, underrated aspect of his game is the blocks, too. Crossover dribble from Slika. The handoff from McGrath, fading away with one-handed short. Cork gets the rebound. Cork averaging about 3.5 rebounds a game. Goldfarb trying to split that double team. Gets it back. Cork on the island outside. Turkson running baseline. Haverford, Garns, good ballman with 4-3. That's no good. And a great box out by Slika to get that rebound. Great box out by Ignas Slika. 3 rebounds in the game for him. Rice left side, guarded by Kyle Goldfarb. Thomas makes himself available. Gets a high screen from McGrath. Chops and starts. Cork with a block. Turkson dribbled it off his foot, but got away with it. And now both teams on a little run without scoring. Civelli, who has 6 tonight. Civelli trying to get in. Great defense by Slika, and Civelli's going to get called for the foul. That's what Ignas Slika can do with those steals. Always finds a way to get his hand in, and Civelli has picked up his first foul. That is the team's 7th. And no one-on-one. Civelli's out, Wiper in. Civelli is 22 points away from 1,000 in his career. If he can get a bit of a burst tonight, actually, no, they are going to go for the one-and-one. And so Slika's going to come in. I thought that they might call that an offensive foul, but they didn't. So Slika is at the line. He is a 61% free throw shooter, 1-and-1. Brian Hines, a freshman forward center, sophomore from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I should say, is coming in. Slika makes the free throw. Haverford led 19-18. Now it's 8-0 run. The last time the Fords have scored was with 9:43 to go in his first half. So now that it is 27-19, they've gone 3 minutes without a bucket. F&M's defense a lot better in the last couple of possessions. Goldfarb hands off for Wiper. And now Jesse Turkson. Goldfarb corrals the pass. Goldfarb trying to make himself available. Lost the dribble, but the foul is going to be on Mike Rice, his first, team 6. Goldfarb was trying to make someone available for a pass, but was having trouble doing it. And we're also going to see Bo Williams, a sophomore guard from Flower Mound, Texas, to replace Slika. So, Ishe going deep into his bench this evening. This is Goldfarb. Not scoring as much as he used to. Cork from the free throw line. Got it. Got Cork's shot for it. Haverford has scored for the first time in about 3.5 minutes of game time, and it's 27-21. Needed basket for the Fords. This is Williams for Grohl. Sets the high screen. Thomas rolls around it. Rice, guarded by Garns, trying to make himself available. Grohl sets the screen. Rice, Grohl, deep 2. Got it. Good shot by Matt Grohl from the perimeter. And his first 2. And it's 29-21. So these teams are now starting to trade a few baskets. Goldfarb brings it into the front court, crosses over, kicks it out. Jesse Turkson, he doesn't shoot many threes, but he makes that one. If he can add a three-point shooting element to his game, then who's stopping him? 29-24. Jesse Turkson from 3 this year, 0 for 2, makes that 1 for 3. And then Rice, after the clear out, gets the roll. And that's been the problem for Haverford. Every time they get a big basket on one end, at the other end, they give up a bucket right after. 31-24. Rice now has 4. Roth and Civelli waiting to come back in. Khalil Garns, fouled by Thomas. Little too hands-on. Khalil Garns is going to go to the free throw line as Haverford is down the bonus, 1-1. Redhead's going to check back in. And Roth and Civelli now get their chance to come back in. So too will Ignas Slika replace number 44, Brian Hines. 31-24, Garnes at the line. Will shoot free throws. Scored last year 18 at home against the Diplomats. He's shooting 71% from the line, averaging only 7.3 points a game. That free throw's no good. Redhead tipped it to Bo Williams. And too many missed free throws for the Fords in recent times. That is their first of the day, though, and they missed it on the one-on-one. Redhead with the basketball. Left wing extended for Grohl on the perimeter. Now for Rice. Vergela's also back in for the Fords. Grohl, free throw line, 9 on the shot clock, looking for someone to throw it to. Redhead's got it. Chabelli, what a great matchup on the right side. Redhead looking to the basket. Rolls in and beat the shot clock. And Matt Redhead has 9 to lead all scores. Big basket at the end of the 30 for F&M, who have their largest lead. Scored the last 4 as well. Chabelli makes himself available. Can't get it to go off the rebound. Chabelli thought he was hacked as he tried to poke that ball away. But out comes Bo Williams with the basketball. Rice has it here. Haverford trying to stay in touch, but right now looks like F&M's found something they like on the offensive end of the floor. Slika for Rice as he gets the call from the bench. Slika will reset. Slika to try to lay it up. High screen. Rice. Runner. Nope. Chabelli goes up, grabs the rebound. Chabelli, 3 rebounds, 6 points. Garnes gets it. Garnes tries to clear out some space. Turkson, not going to shoot 3s too often, even though he just made one. Chabelli. Turkson almost lost it. Roth is open, left corner for 3. That's no good. Rebound by Grohl. That's the right idea. But Grayson Roth this season is only shooting, coming into this game, 16.7%, only 21% from 3. He's not shooting the basketball well at all. 33-24, 3 minutes to go, first half. This is Grohl. He can shoot from 3. That's short. Probably an ill-advised shot, all things considered. F&M from downtown still have yet to make one. Haverford is 2 of 7. F&M winning without making a 3 and up 9 without making a 3. That pass is, what a save by Chabelli. Threw it off of Slika after he was backing out of trouble. So, Joe Hartman's back in. So too is J.C. McGrath and Solomon Mathis, a freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, coming in for F&M. 2:38 to go. 33-24. 16 on the shot clock for the Fords. They were up 19-18. Since then, it's a 15-5 run for F&M. Roth, Vergela, low block, lost it, great steal. McGrath got it, and now it's Williams for Redhead. Runner, nope. Chabelli just grabs another rebound. He didn't have to even move his feet. He makes it look so easy, right underneath the basket. Chabelli, spinning, driving, fading. No roll from the rim, too. Last 2 shots, no love from the Gooning Arena rim. And with 2 minutes to go, F&M still up by 9. McGrath for Slika on the left wing. McGrath sets the screen. Slika trying to slide his way through. Follow-up goes from J.C. McGrath. 7 for McGrath, and F&M up by 11. It really doesn't feel like Haverford should be down by 11 in this game. They've hung tough, but the shots aren't falling for them now. There's another steal. McGrath has it, and he's all alone, and slams it in. And McGrath now has 9, and it's 37-24. Haverford cannot afford to let this game get out of hand. They've been playing some good basketball, and now they'll call a timeout to stop them. Then they have been. They outscored Gettysburg 34-8 in the paint on Saturday. They're being outscored 26-14 in the paint today. Joe Hartman looking for his first bucket. He got fouled. That's on Mathis. 8th foul. And so now Hartman will go to the line. The junior from Cornelius, North Carolina. This is only going to be his second free throw attempt of the season, second and third. He's coming off 8 against Gettysburg, second straight 8-point game, and he makes his free throw. 25 now for the Fords, 37-25, with 81 seconds to go. It feels like Haverford should be in this game, and then you look at the box score and you see the turnovers you see. They haven't been great defensively, and that's a freebie for Joe Chabelli, and it's blocked by McGrath. Off a bad tip, J.C. McGrath cleans up. averaging a little over a block a game, and you can see why. It's been a great little set of bursts for Jason McGrath. Mathis is open and hits it. 39-25. Minutes ago in the half, this game was once a 5-point game for the Fords. It's now a 14-point lead. Lang, who's back in. Cork for Hartman, for Turkson against Redhead. Lang, baseline, the runner, the floater, got it. Lang's got 5. 39-27. I think Haverford, the goal now, get in down single digits. F&M has really done well to execute their offense in this game today, shooting over 50%. Slika left side, 15 on the shot clock. About a 11-second difference between the game and shot clock. McGrath tipped right into the hands of Williams. Slika, Redhead lost it, he doesn't have it, and Hartman takes it. Turnover by F&M, shot clock's unplugged. Haverford could hold for the last shot. Let's see if they do. Hartman. But there's a foul off the ball. And that foul is on Slika in the screen. That's his first, team's 9th. And now, Joe Chiavelli to the line for 1-1. Chiavelli is shooting 87% from the line. He has 6. He is 22 points away from 1,000 in his career. He would need quite a burst to get there. But see if we can inch closer. The first end of the 1-1 is no good. And the Fords are 0-2 in these 1-1 situations. 1-4 of the line. Mathis for Williams to beat the buzzer. It's an air ball. And Haverford's going to get it with 0.5 of a second to go on the clock. Williams spilt there. And let's see who gets the chance at the cross-court heave. Hartman actually wasn't as far away as it looked, but the Fords, too many turnovers, defense not up to where it needs to be. Players have played for the Fords, only 6 different players have scored. F&M starts with the basketball to begin the second half here at Gooning Arena. It's last Haverford home game for over a month. They don't play again until the 10th against McDaniel. The handoff for Redhead, right side, looking down low for McGrath, who's in trouble. Slika will hand it right back off to him. Goldfarb got a hand in there. Back for Krupa right side. Krupa trying to swing it in for Redhead. Tough take. It's short. The follow-up is good from J.C. McGrath. The senior from Newark, Delaware. 5th in the conference in field goal percentage coming in. Last year, 13 and 17 against the Fords. He's got 11 tonight. He's also 3rd in the conference in rebounds. Chiavelli underneath. Can't put it in, gets his own rebound, second time, gets it, and a foul. Joe Chiavelli has been operating down low, and he's got 8, 20 points away from 1,000 in his career. He'll go for the line for the free throw, and the three-point play the old-fashioned way. The Fords, though, are only 1 of 4 for the free throw line. F&M is 7 of 9 at the line. F&M built that lead in the first half without making a 3. Haverford's three-point defense is a major concern, but they held that up pretty well. It was the turnovers, and it was some of those defensive sets. F&M, if you could say anything about the way they've played in this game, it's been clean and efficient. Chiavelli makes the free throw. 1 for 2 at the line. Fords now down by 11. And Chiavelli is 19 points away from 1,000. Can he get 19 in the second half? 19 more to get to 1,000? Because he's not going to get it in this gym. He'll get it on Saturday at WAC more than likely. Programs had a lot of great players. Chiavelli will try to add his name to it. He already has. Slika short. Everybody trying to go up the rebound. Chiavelli comes away with it after a little bit of volleyball underneath the basket. Cleo Garns also on 1,000-point watch. Chiavelli double-teamed. Garns will reset. Garns is 4 today. He came in with 959 career points. Chiavelli for 3. That's short. And a good rebound by Redhead through traffic. Came out of nowhere to grab it. 3 rebounds for Matt Redhead. Krupa. Redhead driving. Got by Chiavelli high off the window. And Matt Redhead's got 11, and it's 43-30. Great player, Matt Redhead. One of the words. These great programs just find new players, and they end up having the impact you would hope for. Cork, short, way short. Airball there. Cooper with a rebound. Great defense on the interior. And it's McGrath. It's a foul, and Wedgie. Foul's on Cork. And McGrath a little slow to get up, but he'll go to the line. Cork has just picked up what is going to be his second foul in the team's first, and McGrath is going to go to the line. McGrath, as we said, is a 50% free throw shooter. Today he's 1 for 2. And McGrath on the first. Rims out. 1 for 3. And out comes Cork, in comes Hartman. So Haverford going to go a little bit smaller here in their lineup. McGrath to split the trip. And that's way short. Sleeker with a rebound. That's blocked by Turkson. Goldfarb gets to it. Hey, a great player Jesse Turkson is. Both ends of the floor. Hartman's open for 3. That's good. Joe Hartman with the first field goal of the game. Now 4, and the Fords are down by 10. After 2 missed free throws and a block, Fords need more sequences like that. Cooper trying to spin on Goldfarb. Multiple spins. Lost it on the way up. But it's off of Joe Hartman, and it's going to stay with F&M. No jacket for Patrick Doherty as the ball went all the way into the corner. The last time I saw him with this was the Muhlenberg game. In that Muhlenberg game, the Fords were getting blown out, and that was one of the longest half times I've ever seen from any basketball team. They were out practicing their offense. This was going so badly. The response, though, was fantastic when they beat Gettysburg. Slika, no, the tip won't go. The tip still. After all the volleyball, Goldfarb comes away with it. Multiple tips off the glass. In transition, it's Garnes. The runner goes. Garnes is 6. Fords with an 8. Much better from the Fords there. Getting to those second opportunities. This team has improved so much in rebounding. They now have to turn that advantage into scoring. Koopa from the free throw line. Missed it off the heel. Who's this off of? Koopa. Haverford ball. Les Thomas is in. And Jonathan Lang is in. Redhead and Goldfarb go out. Haverford starting to creep back into this game maybe a little bit. We saw it with the women. They'd get close-ish to about here. 6, 7, 8 points, but then they couldn't get any closer. What can the Fords do now to try to keep this game within reach? F&M's been executing better, but it's not like they've been that much better. Haverford's actually executed well on offense themselves. Garnes against Koopa. That's offense foul. Pretty easy call as he lowered his elbow into Koopa's chest. Garnes picks up his first foul, team second. Little bit overeager there, Khalil Garnes, senior from Livingston, New Jersey. He'll get to 1,000 points at some point this season, just a matter of when. Koopa trying to go baseline. Double teamed, looking for an option, swings it back out. Slika's lost it. Now it's 2-on-1 the other way. It's Garnes for Lang, back for Garnes. And a foul. Looks like they had overpassed. McGrath commits the foul anyway. It turns out they were just patient. And the Fords are down by 6. And that foul is on McGrath. Second, and team second, and Garnes will go to the line. Garnes is 0 for 1. Now with 8 points. It's been a quieter season for him, but the free throw spins in, and the Fords are within 5. How much closer can they get? Koopa, guarded by Hartman, swings it down low for McGrath. McGrath, great take by J.C. McGrath. Lowered his shoulder right to the basket, and Civelli could do nothing about it. 35-38. That's the response that you get from a senior. Garnes gets around 2. Garnes kicks it out for Hartman. Right corner 3. That's long. It's an air ball. Went right to Thomas. Koopa, the other way. Stops, and will reset on offense. Mike Rice, behind the back. Right side. Got it by Hartman. Tipped away by Turkson. In the hands of Garnes. He looks ahead. Kept the dribble going. Garnes will spin it back out to reset on offense. 45-38. F&M in front. And Haverford gives it right back. F&M almost gave it right back, but now it's Rice for Thomas. And he threw it off of Turkson's foot. Hearing the calls from the bench. And Jack Cork's going to come in to replace Hartman, so Haverford going to go... Garnes, actually. Haverford going to go a little bit bigger. Redhead in for Rice. As the chess match comes in, you can hear the plays being called out. Both sides of the vault, 27 seconds on the shot clock, 15:28 to go, second half. It's a 45-38 F&M lead. McGrath pivoting. Koopa on the handoff, weaving, looking for options, he'll take it himself, reins it in. Koopa now has 9. That was a tough look at the basket, and a 4-0 burst for F&M. And they now have the lead back up to 9. Haverford has had the lead since 1918. Shabelli, baseline, up and under. He makes those look so easy, doesn't it? Haverford has cut the lead back to 7. Shabelli with 11 of them. And at 83 points on his career. So here the defense are calling out those high ball screens. Thomas, no. Cork couldn't get to it. McGrath left it way short. And that's a tip by Cork. He didn't need to tip it. And here's a 3 from Thomas. No. Shabelli can't get there at a redhead. Cherkson blocked it. Haverford gets away with one. Jack Cork had 2 chances to get that rebound. He couldn't. And after all of that, the Fords end up getting the ball, and it's off from Shabelli, and the Fords turn it over, and Patrick Doherty is not pleased, and Shabelli will make way for Michael Wiper, and Bo Williams will come back in for Slika. A little bit of sloppiness now creeping into both of these teams' games. 47-40. You can hear Michael Wiper saying, go to the shooter. Bo Williams has got the ball around the screen, throws it for Rice, right side. Back for Thomas. Williams. McGrath trying to back his way in. Blocked by Cork. It went right back to him. Rice guarded by Lang. Rice into the paint. And they're going to call the foul on the floor. And the foul's on Lang. That's his second, team's third. I thought that they were going to whistle him for a foul. Not a foul. I thought they were going to whistle him for traveling first, but the foul came before the extra steps. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Rice inbounds. Looking to. There aren't any options. Now Redhead grabs it. Guarded by Turkson. Great physical matchup. Redhead. No. And who gets the rebound? That's a jump. Haverford with the arrow. That's a great physical battle with Jesse Turkson going up to try to grab it. And won the little battle. And the arrow will switch. Khalil Garnes will come back in for the Ford. Facing Lang. 6 minutes played in this half. 47-40. Here's Hartman. Trying to get away from Rice. On a lower shoulder, too. And wanted a push-off call on the F&M bench. Garnes driving. Pivoting back. Hartman left side. 15 on the shot clock. Trying to get away from Rice. Trying to get through that sea of blue, fading away. Tough difficulty shot, and it goes. 6 for Joe Hartman, and it's a 5-point game again. This is as close as they've been since they were up by 1. Bo Williams, number 33, sophomore from Flower Mound, Texas. Rice on the right side. Williams around the screen, lost his footing. Everybody asking for a travel. Didn't come. McGrath, blocked by Cork. Good defense in the interior. Wiper and Turkson go. And Slika comes in for Williams. 9 seconds on the shot clock for F&M to work with here. Rice, 7 on the shot clock. Looking. Slika rolls around a screen. Deep 2. Got it. What a great shot. And little design off a ball screen to get it to Slika. And it's been a quieter night for Ignas Slika. He's only got 2 points, but now he's got 4 at 49-42. Shabelli thought about 3. Cutting. On the continuation, banks it in. Oh, that is some great skill from Shabelli, who's got 13. 49-44. Back and forth we go. Slika got the screen from McGrath into the post. Going through, blocked by Cork. Cork's got a handful of blocks tonight. Now in transition, it's Garnes. Rattles in. 49-46. Garnes is up to double figures. And the Fords are getting back in it. This is a great response by Haverford, down by as many as 14 at one point, but they have found their way back into this game. McGrath turning, left it short. Shabelli with the rebound. Shabelli now with 13 and 9. And that's foul. Silly foul by Redhead. No need to commit that where he was on the floor. Third foul on the team, one on Redhead. Cooper's going to come back in to replace Rice. So Joe Shabelli is a rebound away from another double-double, and as many as 14 in the second half. When they had the basketball, after the timeout, chance to tie it. Roth to inbound. Whatever you want to say about Haverford, after that 38-point loss to Muhlenberg, they are fighting back. They fought back against Gettysburg. They fought back here tonight, too. Roth, Cork, on the low block. Backing in, held ball. F&M got it. Good defense inside. That's what Patrick Doherty wanted to see, but the defense was backing in pretty closely. That's a good defensive possession and needed one for F&M. Patrick Doherty back on one knee. He spends most of his game on one knee. Koopa, high screen from McGrath. Has it now on the outside, a little handoff. A little congested out there on top of the arc. Koopa, we're going to get another held ball. This time Haverford with the arrow. The defensive intensity in this game is a lot better than it was in the first half, where both teams were shooting really well. Haverford is now, by the way, shooting 53%. F&M, which was over 50% in that first half, is now down to 46%. They have still yet to make a three. Out goes McGrath. In comes Grohl for F&M. Hartman brings it up. Haverford again. Chance to tie. 11:20 to go in the second half. Hartman looking for some space. Cork. Shabelli. Baseline. In trouble. Up and under. Got it. Lowered his shoulder on Slika. There's nothing now the junior from Mississauga could do. Shabelli's got 15. He's 12 away from 1,000. The Forge are 1 away from tying this up. Grohl. Grohl still. Slika. And the intake. Redhead. No. Trying to get his own rebound. Roth comes away with it. Haverford has a chance to take their first lead since 1918 in the first half. It's Cork. Cork still. Garnes. Traveled. Took an extra step. That's the 13th turnover for Haverford. Turkson in, Roth out. And Wiper in. Shabelli out. Shabelli having one of his just trademark games. It's what he does. 15 and 9 tonight for Joe Shabelli. 49-48. This is going to be a fun one to the finish. Koopa on the continuation. Got hit high. That's a foul. And Koopa will go to the line. Foul is on Hartman, his second, team's fourth. And so Koopa with his 9 will go to the line. F&M is 7 of 11 for the line. Koopa, though, is 3 for 3. And Shabelli is going to come right back in, leading all scorers with 15. So, Koopa makes first. He is a pretty much automatic free throw shooter. Out goes Cork and Wiper. And in comes Shabelli and Lang. 50-48. Koopa now with 10. Trying to get to 11. And he does. Don't send him to the free throw line because he is one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. Four-court press on. Garnes able to break it. Garnes throws it. Stolen by Slika. 2-on-1 back the other way. And it is Thomas. Gets it. And Thomas now has 4. And quickly, what was a 1-point game is now a 5-point game after a turnover. Haverford has turned the ball over too many times in this game. The turnover margin is a problem. They came in here minus 4.5 in turnovers. They need to take better care of the ball. Shabelli in traffic. Fouled. Fouls on the floor. It's the fourth on F&M. I think they're going to call it on Slika. They will. That's his third. So they'll reset the shot clock to 20. And Bo Williams is going to check back in to replace Slika. So that's going to be a more guard-oriented look as Slika checks out. Lang to inbound. Looking for a cut. Just got it in time. Hartman for three. No. And it comes to Koopa, who just ripped it away. Koopa charging, driving, offensive foul. Khalil Durant set his feet and drew the charge. And Koopa has just picked up his third foul. And that's an interesting dilemma now, as we're going to see Mike Rice check in for him. Foul trouble might be a bit of an issue now for Koopa with those three. Got to protect him. And J.C. McGrath will come in for Matt Redhead. Haverford down by 5. They're keeping close. A very good F&M team that just won on the road at Swarthmore. That is hard to do. Hartman, guarded by Williams. Hartman looking for some options. Turks on the left side. Oh, Shabelli was open and he couldn't get it to him. Good hands-up defense by Grohl. Hartman spinning, driving, too strong off the window. Grohl couldn't get the rebound. Rice did. Thomas swings back to the corner, and we'll reset on offense here. Rice with the ball. F&M up by 5. Williams, another offensive foul. That's an illegal screen on Thomas. Second on him. 6 on F&M. Haverford's now in the bonus. As Jack Cork is in for Hartman, and back comes Haverford's bigger lineup. This is going to be a fun finish in this game. Turkson for Lang, as the Fords have not led since 1918 in the first half. They've been within 1. Lang, crossover dribble. And it's Cork. Around the screen. Shabelli. Turkson. On the entry. Up and under. And a foul for Jesse Turkson. That's what he can do. And the foul is on Grohl. That's his first, team 7th. Turkson to the line. Turkson shoots about 65%. And the Fords will not go away. Grohl comes out. Redhead comes in. Turkson will try to get Haverford within 2. They are 3 of 6 on the line, 4 of 7. It's been a quieter night for Jesse Turkson. But now he is up to 10. 53-51. Down on the baseline, McGrath in trouble. Williams knocked away by Turkson. Thomas saves it. Does. Just about. For Redhead. And stolen by Turkson. Haverford with a chance to tie and maybe take the lead. Garnes for Lang. Thought about a 3. Thought better of it. Garnes with the ball. Haverford with a chance to take the lead. Or tie. 8:15 to go in the second half. Here's Lang. Driving baseline. In trouble. 8 on the shot clock. Shabelli's the one you want with the ball. Spinning. Blocked by Redhead. Good defense by F&M on that possession. And now Rice lowers his shoulder. Fouled. And he took tumble too. Lang's going to get called for the foul. Third for Lang, 5th on the team, and to the free throw line will go Mike Rice. F&M from the line today is 9 of 13. Rice is shooting 44% from the line, so if there's anybody you want to foul, maybe it's him. He makes that one. That looks like 44% free throw shoot there. Going for him in, Lang out. Koopa, Slika in. Williams, Thomas out. 54-51, under 8 minutes to go. Rice trying to go 2 for 2. Yep. 44.4% free throw shooter. Didn't look it there. 55-51. Haverford's hanging tough, but they have not yet grabbed the lead in the second half, despite being within 1 on multiple occasions. Goldfarb picks up his dribble. Shabelli, no options. Goldfarb now up top, guarded by Rice. Shabelli sets a tough screen. Shabelli, 5 on the shot clock, needs to get away from Slika. Nope, great defense from Slika. Shabelli went down. Slika back at the other end for Justin Koopa. He'll reset on offense. Okay, the matchup shouts from the bench from Haverford are getting close, but they just can't get their noses in front. Not yet, at least. And here are the call-outs to the ball screens. Koopa, feet on the free throw, the three-point line. Baseline, Rice. No, gets a second chance blocked by Shabelli. 1 second on the shot clock. 1 second on the shot clock. So it's an inbound and a shot. As Shabelli comes out, Hartman comes in. You're hearing from the bench, Jesse go low for Haverford. Rice wants to inbound it, and is there anybody to inbound it to? Gotta get their best play set up. Koopa! Short. Cork gets the rebound. That would have beaten the shot clock, but the shot didn't go. Here's Hartman for Garnes. Garnes calling out the play. Turks in the handoff. Swinging out to the right. Cork. Swings it in for Turks in the post. Backing away. Left-handed shot goes. Jesse Turkson. He's got 12. Haverford within a bucket once more. 55-53. This has been a great game and a good show of Haverford's mettle. These last 2 games have been great shows of Haverford's mettle. This is Rice driving into traffic. Throws it away. Hartman's got it. Haverford another chance to take the lead. They haven't taken him yet. Garnes underneath. Turkson. Thought about a 3. Throws it back up for Hartman. Driving. Knocked away. Great defense again. And here's McGrath. Koopa! Yes! F&M scored many of their points off of turnovers. They've actually, F&M out-rebounded the team that leads the conference in rebound margin. Hartman. Got the screen. It's Garnes for 3. Short. And who gets it in the sea of hands? Slika does. And McGrath got hit up high, and he's down in a heap. I think he got hit up high. He was trying to go for that rebound. And you hope that's nothing serious. Oh, and he's bleeding. That does not look good at all. Stole the momentum of this game in a big way. This was getting really intense, really fiery, but now we could get back into it. Grohl on the take against Shabelli. Grohl, the pass for Slika. Koopa for 3. It rims out. Offensive rebound, Thomas. Slika, guarded by Turkson on the perimeter right side. They'll slow down. The Fords have gotten it within 1. Have gotten it within 1 possession, but have not been able to get a basket to tie or take the lead. Redhead. No, it's blocked by Goldfarb. Great defense once again. Nick Niche was asking if there was a foul going to be called there. Hartman thought about a 3. Hands it off for Garnes, right by the Haverford bench. He'll reset the dribble and get the screen from Turkson high on Thomas. Hartman looking for availability. There isn't any. Turkson. Spinning, Shabelli, he can shoot the 3, but has it tonight. Stops, drops, throws it back. Hartman 5 on the shot clock. This for 3, rims out. Offensive rebound, Kyle Goldfarb. Shabelli, now he takes the 3, and he hits it. Haverford within 1. That looks like an F&M possession with the way they were used to getting offensive rebounds and making it on the second shot. There's Shabelli with 18. Shabelli came in needing 28 points to get to 1,000 in his career. He's 10 away from it now. 4 minutes ago, Haverford down by 1. Redhead driving. Hartman knocks it away. Redhead got it back through it to Turkson. Can Haverford finally take the lead? Turkson spinning. Can't. Shabelli with the putback does. And Haverford leads 58-57. For the first time since the first half, they lead. Shabelli's now up to 20 points. They were asking, could they finally get that chance? This time they took it after about 5 possessions in which they could have tied or taken the lead and then didn't. Koopa trying to get away. Into the paint, draws the foul. Is it on the floor, is the question. Bissell's trying to sort it out. It is on Hartman, and it will be a shooting foul. Hartman's third, team 6. Koopa is not the player you want to send to the free throw line, but Patrick Doherty is going to call a timeout to ice him. The man who beat the buzzer for F&M on Saturday will try to tie this game up, and he does. He is not the player Haverford wants to send to the free throw line by any stretch. 58-58. Koopa to make this to give him the lead. No, he missed it, but Redhead gets the offensive rebound. It was knocked away. Thomas can't save it, but it's F&M basketball. Everyone thought that could be Ford's ball. It's not. F&M has it. 3:27 to go. That's forfeit for Kyle Goldfarb for defensive reasons. Thomas to inbound. Patrick Doherty making the call from the bench. Tie game. Haverford has outscored F&M 31-19 this half. Koopa to the basket, blocked by Hartman. And now Garnes running the other way. Counter is spinning. Can't get it to go. Now he did all the hard work, and the layup wouldn't fall. Slika, crossover dribble. Trying to find some room. Now it's Redhead for Koopa. Remember, J.C. McGrath, who's had such a great game, is out injured at the moment. Redhead on the low block. On the intake. Rims out. Cork. Can't get the rebound. It's a jump ball. F&M arrow. This is an intense game and a close game. F&M, team that has been one of the best teams in the Centennial Conference, has dealt with some adversity this year, and Haverford trying to pick them off for the first time in almost 6 years. Redhead on the inbound. Haverford needs a defensive hold. Koopa's got the ball. He'll call out the play. This is Grohl. Right elbow. Redhead, Koopa left side. Underneath, Grohl got free and puts it in. And Grohl has 4. It's 60-58 F&M. Hartman, back the other way. Turkson hands it off to him. Garnes tried to throw it in for Turkson, knocked away. Great defense by F&M on the interior. Koopa driving, Koopa weaving, hands it off for Thomas. Wanted to step back for a 3. I'll slow it down. F&M with the lead and the ball. 17 on the shot clock. 2:06 to go in regulation. Koopa on the screen. Koopa for Slika. 5 on the shot clock. It's Thomas. Gets in the way. Left it short. Turkson with a rebound. Haverford again. Trying to tie or take the lead. Turkson for Schiavelli. 20 points tonight. Jack Cork. Looking on Grohl. Garnes, baseline, in trouble. Schiavelli has it. Schiavelli trying to lower it through Slika. There's another call for a push-up. They don't get it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 90 seconds in the game. Garnes lowering. Garnes? No. Bad shot. Thomas grabs the rebound. Les Thomas with 3 rebounds and 4 points. That was a bad offensive possession by Haverford, and now they need to stop. Down by 2. They haven't beaten F&M since January of 2013. 13 seconds left. Koopa off the screen from Grohl. 7 seconds on the shot clock. It's Thomas with the ball. Slika for 3. No. Offensive rebound, Thomas, and the foul is on Haverford. No, it's on. It is on Haverford. I thought it was on F&M. It is on F&M. It's on Matt Redhead for a hold. Boy, I thought initially that call was going to go against Haverford. And Haverford will get a 1-and-1. That is Redhead's second, team's 8th. And Schiavelli goes to the line to try to tie it. No one knew who that foul was on. I thought it was going to be on Haverford at first. Everyone on F&M did. But they disagreed. Schiavelli at the line. Great free throw shooter. The front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Sibeli with 21. Haverford 5 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. It's amazing that F&M has still not made a three. This for the tie. And it's good with 54.5 seconds left. Haverford still trying to get to 500. F&M trying to get to 3-1 in conference play. Koopa calls out the play. He hit the buzzer beater on Saturday at Swarthmore. Koopa for Thomas. Guarded by Garnes. It's Slika, 15 on the shot clock. Ignis Slika for Koopa. Good defense. 10 on the shot clock. Koopa crosses over. Thomas for 3 in the lead. He got it! Thomas with a corner 3. Thomas with a massive bucket. He's not a three-point shooter, but he hits one there. Only second made three of the year. Ford's down by 3. Shot clock's off. They can get it 2, but they got to move quicker. This is Garnes. Thought about a 3. Sibeli picked up his dribble. Garnes lost the handle. Timeout, Haverford. They were all sorts of discovery. It would be obviously great, but they don't need a 3. Garnes gets it. Garnes on the outside. They throw it for Hartman. Trying to get open for a 3 for the tie. No. And Grohl gets the rebound, and he's fouled. And F&M is going to hold on. That foul's on Cork. It's a 1-and-1. So Haverford would need a minor miracle at this point. Grohl is a 70% free throw shooter. One free throw ices it. 4 points on the night. If he gets a 5th, it will be the most important of the night, and Patrick Doherty's going to ice him with the timeout. Make Matt Grohl think about it. I don't think that was a good possession by Haverford. They did not need to go and take a 3. They would have been okay if they had gone for the 2. That's what I thought they were going to do. Whatever the case may be, Haverford has come back in this game when it looked like F&M was going to pull away. But whatever the case may be, this is a team with some moxie and some fight, despite some deficiencies. 3 points serves as a problem. They've turned it over 6 more times. They've actually been out-rebounded in this game. That hasn't happened. They've out-rebounded their opponents on average by 11 in the season. F&M has the second-best rebounding margin in the conference. For the Fords, it's going to be a tough one to swallow if they don't get it. Grohl, if he makes the free throw, that's the game. And Grohl, short, Garnes, got to heave it, and no chance. F&M comes out of here with a win. They had to survive, and they did survive. Thomas ended up hitting